If you guys still watch movies, what are your top 3 movies for 2025?
I'd have to look at a list that came out of movies that came out last year.
I don't feel like I watched movies this year. I watched Pluribus and I was disappointed. Did you see it?
No, I loved it, but like it's a little slow, but I loved it. I just thought her performance hard carried that show. Like I just thought she was so brilliant in that role.
I can't think of an actor that didn't do a great job. And I want to love it. It's like I was somehow excited every week that a new episode came out and then disappointed. And then my goldfish memory would have me looking forward to it next week.
Yeah, I mean, I think the way they ended it was like maybe a little underwhelming, you know? Like, I feel like maybe they could have done something else to set up like a little bit more of a cliffhanger. Because I felt like that was kind of predictable where that was going. But
it was 9 episodes with 3 episodes worth of like plot advancement.
Yeah, it's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. It's a little slow. But
I liked Weapons. I liked Weapons a lot.
Oh, I liked that. That was good.
That was great. Yeah.
Is that a movie?
The only movie in 2025 I saw.
I thought Superman was pretty good. Like I wasn't like pissing my pants or anything, but I was like, this is a good fucking movie.
It was fun.
I know a lot of people are going to say Sinners, but it really didn't do it for me. I wish there'd been more music. I felt like that was its strong
pretty musical. It's pretty musical.
They needed like a whole nother like musical scene because Michael B. Jordan playing twins didn't do it for me. Like maybe I just didn't like his gold teeth or something. Like it didn't seem a little wooden. So it's hard to play twins, and I didn't think he pulled it off super well. I did like the vampires. I like that one Irish vampire singing the songs.
Great,
I liked it. I could just use more music out of it. But it was okay. It was just okay for me. I didn't love it.
Oh, did you see I think it was 2025. Let's Start a Cult.
No, what is that?
That comedy?
No. What is that?
Yeah, it's basically about a guy who's a part of a cult. It's a comedy movie, and he is so unlikable amongst his cult members that they send him on like little missions where they're like, hey, go grab us a bunch of ice cream for later tonight when they're meeting. And at one point they all do their ritualistic suicide, but they don't like him so much they send him away for it.
Oh, okay.
And so then he comes back and everyone's dead. And he's like, what the fuck? Like, I wasn't even included in the suicide. I won't even get to the planet of Xenu with the rest of you. Like that sort of shit. And then it's him kind of traversing the rest of the planet. It's a funny movie. I liked it. And I don't watch a lot of movies. But
none of you guys are Avatar fans?
I didn't like the first one. I didn't. It didn't suck me in the first time I saw it, and that was in theaters in 2009 or whatever it was.
I've done like 20-minute long rants on this, so I'll cut it short. But basically, my issue with the Avatar movies, I love James Cameron. I love everything he does. I wish he incredible stuff. I've always been a fan of James Cameron and his movies. He's got the only movie in the top 5 grossing all time that's not a part of a franchise, and he has most of the others which are part of franchises with Avatar and
Terminator,
Aliens, and Aliens and all that shit. Anyway, I don't love the Avatar movies. I think they look fine, but I think the story is a little ridiculous. And mostly, I side with the humans when I watch it. I know that, like, I'm thinking, because to my eyes, they're there to get this unobtainium and to colonize this planet because things are shitty on Earth. And this isn't just about like America needing a little more oil, which I'm all for, by the way. This is kind of about furthering our species and like being a 2-world species. This place seems perfect. It's got these superconductors that apparently work at like room temperature. So we've got floating islands and stuff. It's got whales that make whale oil that extends human life almost indefinitely somehow. And unfortunately, we've got some 10-foot tall blue Indian people that I feel need to be exterminated to a man. I would make a biological weapon, and that would be my move. I'd be like, let's cook up something in the lab, get the nerds on it. I want smallpox for blue people cooked up as fast as we can, and then we need to be talking about drone-based dispersal methods. I want this planet reeking with the stuff. Like that would be we wouldn't even make contact with them. We're not even going to chat.
We certainly wouldn't fly our helicopters low enough to be attacked by dragons.
Trump knows how to fly helicopters. If the team that went into Venezuela went to Pandora, I promise you one thing: we'd be up to our ears in that unobtainium and blue pussy for all. That's what I
think you underestimate the Na'vi. But you go to the you don't go to Avatar movies for the fucking story, bro. You go for the visual spectacle. Like
Agreed.
the third one is it is almost fucking comical. It is basically identical to the first and second film. Like there are probably
the same shit again.
I mean literally there are probably
it's just Smurfs again.
24 moments in the film that like beat for beat like identical story beat.
They're doing the same thing for the Earth-based ones, the sky-based ones, the ocean-based ones. They're just
he wants to
doing
go to Earth. He wants to go to Earth if they let him make more Avatar movies. He wants to.
They're going to. How can they say no?
He was worried that this one wasn't going to make a lot of money, but it ended up making a shitload of money. So
let's see what it's at right now. But yeah, I didn't think it was a great year for movies. I watched a bunch of. I like went back to the bench and watched a bunch of 80s stuff, a bunch of like Corman films, a bunch of violent slashers from the 80s and stuff, a bunch of 70s noir stuff, and like a lot of Gene Hackman stuff. After he died, I rewatched I'd never seen The Conversation before. I watched that. I'd never seen.
He was a legend. Fucking Unforgiven, man. He was so goddamn good.
Yes. Oh, I could do that scene word for word. I love Unforgiven. It's like, I don't serve this.
That was really, really, really disturbing the way he died too, because his wife was his caretaker and he had dementia, and apparently he was alive for like a week after she died and couldn't take care of himself. It's horrifying. Yeah. Anyways, I gotta go, boys. Thanks for having me.
On that note, thank you for coming. We always enjoy you.
Yeah, enjoy the chat, guys. Glad to see you guys are doing well. There's something comforting about like wherever you're at. You know, PK is still going to be doing their thing like 17 years. Has it been 17 years, by the way, or is it 16 years?
I wouldn't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I watched like Gravity is a good example of a movie that's just not as good at home. It's that Sandra Bullock movie where I watched in 3D IMAX.
Same.
And and it was like I was like reaching out at shit. I was like, me and my girlfriend were blown away. We were a little stoned still, but like it was incredible
when they're spinning in space. Do I remember when that movie came out? It was like maybe the heyday of Neil deGrasse Tyson, bitch posting, where he'd be like, actually, if they were spinning that way, the inertia in space would be different. And it's like, Neil, shut up. It's a movie. We know. We get it. It's fine. They also wouldn't have sent like two random people up. Like they're introducing themselves. Like, hey, what's your name? What do you do? It's like you're on the International fucking Space Station together. You know what their name is and what they do. It's like 11 of you. How many people are there? Kyle.
It was the hair.
The International Space Station?
Yeah. It was Neil deGrasse Tyson was bitching about her hair.
That's not where they were, though.
Oh, yeah. He was bitching about her hair.
What was wrong with her hair?
Maybe I'm thinking of Interstellar.
Her hair just looked kind of normal, but in space, it's obviously going to go crazy.
Not mine. I bet mine would be exactly the same. This shit doesn't move.
Do you? He's also 62, and they're doing a John Wick 5. Like,
dude, the last John Wick was like 3.5 hours long or something. It was so Look, I can believe that John Wick is so good that he can shoot all those people before they can shoot him, and that his body armor will absorb what does hit him. I can believe that. But he was fighting in some sort of a Japanese high-rise type situation, and there was a Japanese woman with a bow and arrow, and she was fighting commandos who all had machine guns, and she beat one up with the bow, and then she's like shooting the rest like Legolas, like literally like Legolas. And then we're introduced to her father, who's even more badass, except he's blind. He's a literal blind ninja hitman who's like almost as good as John Wick. And I'm just like, come on. No, he's not. No, he's fucking not. Whenever I see the blind overachieving, I know they're not really blind, first of all, or it's a gimmick. There was this blind bitch that won one of Gordon Ramsay's cooking shows one time, and I'm like, there's no fucking way. There's no fucking way. They're editing around the part where somebody else cooks your shit and slices it for you, or something.
Or she's a stolen valor blind person.
Yeah, she can see
she's just legally blind and has like crazy glasses, because there's a lot of blind stolen valor where they're like, I'm blind, and it's like, really? Because you've just fucking made fettuccine. Doubt it.
But that dragon's breath scene in that movie was the fucking coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. That was like cool. Heavily influenced by a game. What's it called again? There's a game where it's like a top-down shooter. I don't remember what it's called, but yeah, that whole scene was that was cool.
I liked it. I guess I watched a movie called Heads of State recently that has Idris Elba. Idris Elba is like the president. What do you call it? The prime minister of Great Britain, and John Cena is the president of the United States. And the gimmick is that he's an actor in this universe too, an action actor who was elected president. And so like Idris Elba and John Cena end up like Air Force One gets blown up and they parachute out and they have to escape, like go through, like they're like a buddy cop, like gunfighting like duo. It's pretty fucking good. It was a good like silly action movie. I hadn't seen one of those in a while.
Did you guys like it's a movie that came out on Netflix, and
we'll eventually get back to real gladiatorial style combat.
I hope so. That's the dystopic future I'm looking for. All right, so there's a book by Stephen King called, I think, The Walk. They made it into a movie, and the premise is this. It seems like the year is 1960, 1965, and there's been a World War III type scenario, and the U.S. is on its knees. Like the war's over, but we're diminished greatly. And every year they have this sort of Hunger Games type thing where a young man from every state is gathered and they have to walk until only one is left. And they if you go below 3 miles per hour, you get a warning. If you get 3 warnings, then they shoot you in the head with an AR-15. You're being followed by like Jeeps with sensors on them and soldiers and like an evil colonel played by Mark Hamill, who's all, they'll be like, fuck you, fuck the colonel. And he's like, that's right, boys, flex that sack. Y'all are an inspiration for the entire United States. And then he's just like up there with his fucking glasses. And they've been walking for days and they're going insane. One guy gets diarrhea. And so he's like shitting. And then he pulls his pants up and he's running and shitting. And he's like, warning number 1. And he's like, ah! And pulls his pants up and jogs for like 12 paces. He has to stop and go again. He's shitting again. Warning number 2. And they're all going, just shit down your leg, man. Just shit down your leg.
I'd shit as I went like a zebra.
That's what I'd have done too. But he couldn't master that technique and they shot him right in the fucking head. And they're all young men. They look like they're all like 18, 20 years old. I don't know that I liked the movie, but I liked what I'm glad I watched it, but
it's
I didn't like it.
It's not a great book.
I have the book on Audible. I haven't listened to it yet. I was going to watch the movie first for some reason, and I still don't know how I feel about that movie. It was a little fucked up. All 50 of those guys died, except for that one guy who won. Won't spoil.
Oh, damn.
Have you watched the Fallout season 2?
I'm 2 episodes in.
Okay.
Has it
lived up to season 1?
Yes, I would say it has lived up to season 1, 2 episodes in. Obviously, they're sort of staging things, and it's very early. They were about to meet the great Caesar's Legion, or Caesar's Legion, at the end of episode 2. And the one chick says to Lucy something like, you gotta be careful around here. You don't want to get raped by the wrong people. It was like,
the wrong people.
Yeah, it was such a great way to phrase it. So yeah, I'm into it. There was a big fight with like a CGI rad scorpion at one point. I don't think it's spoiler to say that a fight happened, but it looked pretty good and it looked scary to me because I'm afraid of scorpions.
Is the Legion cool? I didn't play New Vegas, so I don't know the lore or anything. So, but the guys who dress like Romans, that seems like a cool thing to do.
They basically dress like Romans with hockey pads, but they embrace all of the like Roman legions traits. So they crucify and rape and enslave en masse.
Okay, so they go hard in the paint.
Super hard in the paint. Though there are plenty that go hard.
Are they a big group? Like, is that a
very big?
faction?
They are one of the main factions in New Vegas. They are the main antagonist for sort of the NCR, the New California Republic. And at the end of the game, those two armies face off for control of the Hoover Dam, and you have to face off against this like giant Roman badass who has like a golden Roman mask he wears. I can't remember what the character's name is, but it's pretty cool. So yeah, major faction in the game.
My pizza's here.